Mixing live straight from New York City.
Hola mi gente, how's everyone doing today? I'm Roberto Ruiz, aka Don Sicario. Welcome back to another episode of Don Yankee con el Bori, brought to you by NYYNEWS. How's everyone doing today? I know the answer to that. Yankee fans, we are not in a great situation right now. We're going through some rough times right now as Yankees fans. The Yankees dropped the series against the Chicago White Sox. A bad team. A bad team, and this is a series that we should have swept. The Yankees are not hitting. Let me rephrase that. With runners in scoring position, they are not hitting. They are not getting our guys across. They are not getting runs. The only positive thing I've seen so far in the past few series are that we are getting on base. Kind of like how Aaron Boone said. Aaron Boone said one of the positive notes are that they're getting on base. And they have to the next step is getting those guys across the diamond. So I agree. I do agree. They are getting on base. They are adjusting. But they need to get it rolling. They're 5.5 games behind in the wild card game. The wild card standings. Son. It's not looking good. I don't blame Yankee fans for being over dramatic right now and feeling like the season is over. Because at this point, the way they're playing, it doesn't seem like they have a chance to kind of gain ground and go on a run and, barely make it into the postseason. We finally lost a game with Gerrit Cole on the mound.
Damn, son.
He gave up 2 runs. He left 2 men on base. Tommy Tight Pants, a.k.a. Tommy Red Bull, came in and allowed some runs to pass through. So, this team is messy right now. And it's reflecting the organization, the brass itself, as messy as they are, now it's starting to reflect on the players. Because out of all the past few seasons, yes, we feel like they're failures. Yes, we feel like they're a mess because of the postseason outcome. The way we've been eliminated in the postseason. But if we sit here and be realistic, they've had some good seasons in the past. In the past, let's say 5 years. Because during the season, we win games. We have our ups and downs, but we're having fun. There's a lot more positivity in the season before than the 2023 season. So before, we would have a lot of wins during the season and get eliminated in the postseason. Now we're at the year where, we're what? 52 and 50. I don't know what's the win-loss, how we're looking in the win-loss column, but it's not good. And so this is a year where not only we might not even make the postseason. So since 2017, it's been kind of a downhill. Regardless if we made it to the ALCS last year. We barely made it. And we got swept by the Astros. Now, right now, as the team stands, it's hard to believe that the Yankees can go and beat teams like the Astros, the Rangers, or even the Baltimore Orioles, who are in first place in the American League East. So imagine facing the Atlanta Braves, which we are going to go against them after this Marlins series coming up. We're going to go against the Atlanta Braves. Son. Would be cool if they get it together and we win that series. That would be awesome. But as the team stands right now, it seems impossible. And as Yankees fans, we like to kind of look at the team and look at the holes and start thinking what's a way that the Yankees can adjust to better that position. And every time we come up with an idea, we always have this, but wait, we can't do that because of this prospect or the luxury tax, blah, blah. Like, it seems like every hole, it's hard to come up with a solution on how the Yankees can better that position. It's a big mess right now. And I don't blame Yankee fans for being upset. It's tough to watch. The product on the field is tough to watch. And I remember Hal Steinbrenner saying that if they had everybody back healthy and they missed the postseason, he would start asking the tough questions. We've had injuries, but don't get it twisted. Those injuries are not the reason why this team has been playing bad. Our regulars are not performing to the back of the card stats. They're not playing well. We can say they're aging. We can say there's a lot of excuses we could come up with. But they're not playing well. Gleyber Torres has been playing good. You know, Jake Bauers once in a while comes in and gets big hits. You know, Volpe I think has been better this year. He kind of needs to work the count a little bit more, but he hasn't been that bad. And I understand his average is low, but he's a rookie. I'm not expecting too much out of the kid this year, the way a lot of you are. And I respect that. That's fine. You guys, there's big expectations coming from this kid, especially since the Yankees passed on a lot of all-star caliber shortstops. For instance, Corey Seager, whose average right now is 3-something, and he's killing it right now for the Texas Rangers. Good for you, kid. Son. But I wasn't expecting much from Anthony Volpe. I've stated this in previous videos. Like they were gonna call him up, and he's gonna stay up here regardless of how he does. He's gonna go through the growing pains in the major league. So just keep doing your thing, kid. Just hold on tight and adjust as much as you can, because the kid is smart. So I truly believe he can get it together. So I think he's going to be a great player from years on in the future. So, but the team is struggling, overall struggling to get runs to get some runs. If you have Garrett Cole on the mound and he gave up a home run to the Chicago White Sox, those 2 runs, what was it, the second inning or first? I don't remember which inning, sorry. It's almost like, damn. I seen a lot of fans on Twitter say it's over. They weren't wrong, but I kind of held up like, well, this is the Chicago White Sox. We should be able to get some runs. And it's almost like it doesn't matter what team comes, what team the Yankees face. They're doing they look the same in every single game. The only positivity I've seen is that they are getting people on base. They're walking. They're kind of doing. They're getting on the bases. They're producing traffic. They're just not finalizing that. They're not following through, and that's a big issue because once we always face these mediocre pitchers and they make them look like Cy Young. Maybe we can face. Maybe the Yankees will do the opposite against these elite pitchers that you would see in the postseason. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. I understand. We're upset, folks, and I'm here with you. I get it. But this Yankees organization right now, I feel like this is rock bottom. We haven't seen this team this bad in a while. And I understand we haven't made it to the World Series since 2009, but in the past few years, at least during the regular season, we have good games. We win a lot, and we just get the early exit in the postseason. This year's we might not even make the postseason. They're not even. 5.5 games behind in the wild card, and there's 40-something games left. It's crazy. It's crazy right now, and we have to. The Yankees organization wants Yankee fans to just stick it out, and you don't give up on this team. You guys gave up on them when you didn't make any additions in the trade deadline. You gave up, not us. Because regardless of where we're complaining or not, we haven't given up. We're sitting there watching every single game. Fans are attending the stadium. They're filling that place up every time there's a home game. Maybe that's our problem, folks. Yankee fans, maybe that's our problem. That we're still so involved with this team. We're still following. Our fandom is, we can never let go. We can never give that up. So maybe that's our problem. Maybe we should just stop attending the games. Well, the tourists are going to attend, the box seats, these companies. All right, fine, cool. Let all them folks go. But all the regulars that are there every game, maybe if they stop attending, they're going to know the difference. The team is going to see, they're going to feel it in their pockets. Because there's more regular fans, diehard fans attending the games than they are tourists or the people, the companies that buy these suites or whatever the case is. There's more of us regular Joes than they are of them. I don't think it's going to happen because people buy tickets ahead of time, weeks, months, or whatever, and they're not going to just not go. But I bet you if fans stop attending, they notice. Hal Steinbrenner, I remember, and I was trying to find this quote from him. He had mentioned something like he would notice by the reactions of the fans. Because, of course, he said he doesn't pay attention to social media. He doesn't read newspapers. He doesn't listen to the radio. He doesn't listen to podcasts. Maybe if he did that, he would understand why fans are upset. Hal Steinbrenner, the person that stopped Brian Cashman from making some sales this deadline, the guy that didn't even want to take any part of managing this team. He didn't want no parts of it. He was forced into becoming the owner or whatever. I mean, he's not a baseball guy. He's a business guy. And for the past few seasons, again, business is booming, regardless if they make it to the World Series or not. Business is booming. This year, if they miss the postseason, he's going to feel his pockets are a little lighter. He's going to feel that impact. And then, right, like how you say, he'll start asking the serious questions. But what are they going to do? Fire Aaron Boone? Fire some of the coaches that are with him? That's not going to make a difference. In my opinion, whoever they bring in to be the next Yankees manager is going to be someone just like Aaron Boone. The best thing they could do is bring somebody in that's a little bit of a hard ass, who has experience winning. My guy Felix over at NYYNEWS, he had a video out as well talking about you need some guys, some guys maybe like CeCe, Brett Gardner, Jorge Posada, somebody that's tough, that's going to go in there and knows what it's like to win. Aaron Boone, my guy, if you haven't checked out his video on what's going on right now, go check it out on the channel, on this same channel right here. This organization, they need somebody, this team, they need somebody that's going to go into the clubhouse and be a little tough. Because Aaron Boone, it doesn't seem like he has a grasp on this clubhouse, on the guys. He's too soft. I understand that's what he was brought on to do. I understand he's a player's coach. But at what if he's so soft with them, and for all we know, he could be tough on them behind closed doors. We don't know that. But the way we're seeing the team react to him, especially with the amount of ejections that he's had, it doesn't even work. It doesn't work. When I seen him do that with that umpire Diaz, where he imitated and mocked him and did the whole strikeout thing, and he looked silly. I had secondhand embarrassment for him. Like, I felt bad for him watching him do all that. He looked ridiculous. I understand what he's trying to do, but at this point, it seems like it doesn't even matter. So he just looks like he's forcing it. Diaz did not back down. I tweeted, I felt like Boone lost that battle between him when he got tossed. He went up to him, got in his face. Diaz didn't back down. Diaz was right back in his. If you watch closely, Diaz was pushing Boone back. I'm surprised he didn't come out with another comment saying he was bullied. Diaz was right in his face talking that shit. He even had his finger in his face. And Boone looked shook. When Diaz started doing that, and he had his finger all in his face, Boone then continued to go onto the home base and do that whole thing where he marks the floor down and he imitates him. I know people laughed. I know some people liked it. I didn't find that funny. That was sad to watch. Like, I felt bad watching Boone do that because there's a time and place to do that.
Damn,
but the way
son.
that this team is playing right now, it just seemed so forced. He looked embarrassed. He looked like he was just trying to play it off because Diaz was all in his face, backing him up. Diaz was backing him up, pointing at his face, calling. I don't know what he was saying to him, but he was talking that shit to him. And then when he saw that he was backing him up, he moved on to the plate and started doing that whole marking the floor and imitating him. I felt bad for Aaron Boone. We can sit here and laugh at that, but bro, this is the manager of the New York Yankees. What are we doing here, folks? That's ridiculous. For a team that has so many the culture of the team, you can't have a beard, you can't have long hair, like just no names on it. This is a no BS type of militant type organization, rules and all of this. And you got your manager out there looking that ridiculous. That right there represents the season, the New York Yankees right now, of how bad this season has been, how much of a joke it's been. I didn't like it at all. I give him props for putting himself in that, putting himself out there and making it a joke. And you know, because it's kind of like he was trying to embarrass Diaz. Guess what? You embarrassed yourself, Papa. I know a lot of people liked it. Cool. I respect your opinion, but I didn't like it. I felt bad. I felt sad for him. I felt secondhand embarrassment. Like we looked stupid. And guess what? It didn't make a difference. It didn't make it. I know he got his point across, but I heard Michael K talking about the strike zone and the umps and how they get graded and whatnot. That Diaz did not get in trouble for anything he did. I mean, in the strike zone, the way K explained it, it has to be a few inches off of the strike zone for them to it has to be like super far away for them to notice. So all of that nonsense that he did, and Diaz, he didn't get in trouble or anything like that. So it was kind of like I know it was frustration that led, and a lot of the missed calls and whatnot. How about this? How about you take it out, explain it to the players that we got to be better. We got an umpire out there that's not calling games right. Play a little bit better, work the counts a little bit better, protect the plate a little bit better. This team, I mean, we could sit here and rant all day. But at the same time, it's like, damn, are we really going to waste our energy doing this?
Damn, son.
Us content creators out here wasting our time making these episodes because we love doing this. We love talking baseball. And then you guys listening to these videos because you love baseball. You love Yankees content. We're all doing this because we love this team. But yet the team, the organization doesn't seem like they appreciate the fans. They appreciate our money. They don't appreciate us.
Damn, son.
And I know we would always continue to fill up the stadium and whatnot, but man, what can us Yankee fans do? How can we unite to make us a point, to push a point across to this organization that we are not happy when the damn owner doesn't even listen to the fans? Y'all can sit here and criticize Steve Cohen and the Mets all you want, but guess what? They realized they made a mistake and they backed it up and they got rid of these two aces, quote unquote aces, that they're paying them so much money. They got rid of them. They got some good prospects back. And I understand Brian Cashman did want to sell, but Hal Steinbrenner, and I've been saying this for a bit now. Those of you who've been paying attention to my videos, at what point do we pivot and start putting the heat towards Hal Steinbrenner? I understand he spends money. I understand that. And so, but he's in charge of this team. He's in charge of all the big decisions. And we're getting word that he's shy. He doesn't like to get involved. And I said that from the beginning. Hal Steinbrenner always seems like he doesn't know what the hell is going on. He always seems lost. Because he has Brian Cashman running that whole team. Like I knew this and I said it before. It seems like he just checks to find the bottom line. Okay, how we looking, guys? And he gets everybody to give him the reports. Okay, cool, that sounds good. I'm out of here. Brian Cashman's running this team, but then at the same time, we're getting word that Hal Steinbrenner in a way is involved by not allowing Brian Cashman to make certain moves just so they could stay under the luxury tax. So it's like, get rid of all of them. You know, like Brian Cashman's not going to go anywhere. Hal Steinbrenner is not going to sell the team because he even said it. His kids are involved now. Look, this is a family business, like how he said. So once he goes, his kids are going to take over. Hopefully, one of his kids, once they get up there and they take over, hopefully they have a little bit of their grandfather in them. But if he's mentoring them, whoo,
damn, son.
It's going to be tough. But again, Now the scapegoat seems to be Aaron Boone. If they're going to fire Aaron Boone and maybe some of the coaching staff there, it's not going to make a difference because Aaron Boone, I know he does make some bad managerial decisions, especially with the bullpen and the starting rotation and the damn lineups. Those damn lineups. But anyways, it's not going to change anything because, first of all, I've refused to believe that Aaron Boone has full control of the bullpen, of the lineups and all that. That's nonsense. Michael Kay has said it. Before the games, they have their meetings, they discuss everything. He does not have full control. And it shows. Because Aaron Boone is a player himself. He knows what it is. I get if Aaron Boone was coaching from the gut, he wouldn't be making some of these decisions. And y'all can sit here and say, no, Don, he's just terrible. Fine, cool. Aaron Boone played baseball. His father and his grandfather, if I'm not mistaken, they all coached. They all managed teams. He's not this bad. I refuse to believe he's this bad. He's following orders. So if you let go of Aaron Boone, they're going to bring somebody else just like him. So there's word that even maybe Fishman or whatever his name is, he might go. And the analytics crew, that they might make a big change. If that's what we get, let's say they keep Cashman, but they get rid of all those dudes and they bring in some fresh minds and maybe more old school people, I'll take it. It's better than nothing. It's better than what they've been doing in the past few seasons of just replacing the manager, replacing hitting coaches, this guy, that guy, the athletic crew, or whoever the hell. I'd rather take some people. We need to start getting rid of people in the brass. Yankee fans are not dumb. They've been saying this for a while now. They've been complaining about this. Get rid of this brass needs a shakeup. I always see this picture on Twitter of all the top lieutenants, let's say, that are right there under Brian Cashman, and they've been there since 2000 in the early 2000s. Get rid of some of these dinosaurs. Bring in some new people. Bring in some fresh minds. Bring in some. I don't know. Go to the Braves and steal some of their people. Go to the Astros, the Dodgers. Go to the Dodgers and try to get some of their people. The Yankees should be trying to be just like the Los Angeles Dodgers, who spend a lot of money. Their minor league system is stacked. I mean, that they should want to be like the Dodgers, not the damn Tampa Bay Rays. I don't know who's gonna go. I have a feeling it might be Aaron Boone. I'm 50-50 on it, but they're gonna probably get rid of him because just to please the fans, because they always just give us a tiny bit so we could work with. They don't do enough. They don't do what we want. They do some random little deed for us. All right, we're gonna fire this guy, as if that's gonna change everything. Sure, they could probably bring in some hard ass to manage the team. And yes, sure, maybe it could change everything around. Look at what happened with the Phillies when they got rid of Girardi. Something has to happen, but at the same time, that's just going to fix maybe the vibes in the clubhouse. What are we going to do to fix on having all of these old aging players being brought into this team? So they need to fix the vibes in the clubhouse. They need to fix who they're bringing into this team. Who's in charge of checking the medicals? Who's in charge of doing the scouting? Like they need a big shakeup up there in every level of this organization, from the team, from the players, all the way up to the top lieutenants or the top whatever you call them that are right there under Brian Cashman. They're not going to get rid of Brian Cashman, but at least Fishman and all these other top dogs, get rid of these dinosaurs. Get rid of them. The Astros won the World Series and they got rid of their GM. And the team still looks good. This Yankees team right now seems like it's unrepairable. Like they have so many holes. I mean, they need starting pitching. They need relievers. They need an outfielder. They need a third baseman. They need a catcher. Rizzo's dried up. He's hurt with them concussions. They need a first baseman. Jake Bauer's been doing okay, but he's still Jake Bauers. And no offense to Jake Bauers, I like Jake the Rig. I kind of like him, but he's trying his best. But geez, there's too many holes, and they knew this going into the season. And they gambled it. And I said this on Twitter that I felt like this is kind of, for instance, Max Scherzer said that the reason he waived his no trade clause is because the Mets were going to take the 2024 season on kind of retooling or adjusting or what. Basically, they're not really going for it. They just kind of make moves for 25 and 26. I feel like that's what the Yankees did this year. I totally feel like that's what they did this season. That's why they didn't make no real big moves in the offseason. And in the deadline, they kind of gave up and didn't do anything either. So here we are, 5.5 games back. And they're telling us that we're in it to win it. Okay, if you say so. You know, pass me whatever you smoking. I want some of it too. I want to feel good. Because we're all feeling bad right now. You know, but anyways, we have an off day today. We're going into the series against the Miami Marlins, who are a pretty good team. And at this point, I just hope the team can start hitting again. Start, because we've had an issue with runners in scoring position for years. I don't know what they have to do to kind of get it together, especially in this type of environment where it's all or nothing now. All of these games matter. And they continue to still do things that, like, Aaron Boone. Okay, let's get into the Severino situation. Luis Severino. I love that kid. I love him. He has the potential to be an ace. Something's wrong with him. It seems mechanical. He doesn't look injured. Something's off with him. That boy is going to go to another team and they're going to fix him and he's going to shove. And I hate that that's been the MO for this team. Like, it's always players leave and go to other teams and start performing better. Why? I thought we were the New York Yankees. I thought we were the team. I thought we were it. I thought we were that organization where players want to come to us. They want to come to New York. They want to play they want to wear the pinstripes. We're far from that. We're to the point teams are not even scared of us. So Luis Severino, who's been struggling, and they continue to throw him in there. But this time they said, well, let's get Ian Hamilton to open up the game, which he only had 10 pitches. He probably could have pitched another inning or whatever, and then they put in Severino. Guess what he does? He still starts getting shelled. That was dumb. It's not what inning he's starting. It's just him. He's just off right now. Excuse me. It doesn't matter what inning. I saw some stats out there that were crazy of the average and how hitters are doing against him in whichever inning. I mean, whichever is the first go around or the second go around or the third go around. Either way, he's getting shelled. And this team is so crazy that they're like, well, let's just put him in the second inning. Maybe that'll help. Maybe you shouldn't play him. Maybe you should have gotten a starter in the deadline. Maybe you should have done this. Maybe you should have done that. It's tough, folks. I don't see a lot of fans right now telling us to stop being so negative. I don't see a lot of fans saying, well, don't show up when we're in the parade. I don't see none of that. Because I feel like a lot of the Yankee fans are kind of united right now because we're all paying attention. So, what can we expect this offseason? What moves are going to be made? Who's going to get traded? Who's going to... we're not going to have Donaldson. We're not going to have... There's a few people that are not going to be on that team. What are the Yankees going to do to better this team? Brian Cashman said he wanted to go younger. He has not gotten younger. One quote I saw was that they didn't go after a left fielder this deadline because they are expecting to call up Everson Pereira at some point this season. Okay, cool. Another rookie. In the offseason, I was saying, if they're going to let the rookies play, add at least one or two more elite bats that we know are going to make a difference to balance out this lineup. You can't have these aging guys that are hit or miss, plus the rookies, because look at what's happening. Cabrera has been bad. I love the kid, but he's been bad. Volpe, he's not doing what everybody thought he would be doing.
Damn, son.
Peraza, they gave him a little bit of a chance and they sent him back down. Like this, it's a confusing time. It's almost as if a lot of fans are trying to figure out what the philosophy is or what the direction is, and it's hard to tell. So let's see how these next few this series go. This might be the first time in a while that we don't make the postseason. And I'm afraid of that. Not because I want the team to win. Of course I want the team to win. What I'm afraid is that let's say we miss the postseason. Hal Steinbrenner said he was going to ask the serious questions if all the players were healthy and are still struggling. We've had some injuries. Aaron Judge missed a lot of time. Carlos Rodon missed almost the entire season. We've had Tommy Kahnle, Loizaga. We've had guys that were injured. Donaldson. And believe it or not, they're going to count that as something that's missing in this team that could have been, because they treat Donaldson as if he's still that MVP Donaldson. So they're going to see him being injured as something along the lines not close to Aaron Judge. But they're going to add that in too. They're going to be like, well, we didn't have Donaldson. And they're going to blame the injuries. And they're going to blame the players. Of course, you could blame the players. The players have to play better. But what can you expect from these guys? That's why we look past that. That's that view of just what's in front of you. A lot of Yankee fans are over that. We understand that. But we're ahead of that. We're deeper into the issue. Who brought these players in? Who scouted them? Who are making all these big? We're up there in the brass. We want Cashman's head, Fishman, whoever, all those top dogs. We want their heads. It's to the point now where people are saying Hal needs to sell the team, which is never going to happen. But I hope this offseason they make a big shakeup in that brass, because I'm afraid that if we miss the postseason, because I've seen some fans say, well, I hope they don't make the postseason so they could learn and they'll make some big moves. Who says they're going to do that? Brian Cashman makes this organization way too much money. He's not going to go anywhere. It's not like if we miss the postseason, they're just going to fire, they're going to clean house in that brass. Hal Steinbrenner doesn't have the cojones to do that. He's not his father. So it's a lose-lose. And that's what I'm afraid of, that we're going to miss the postseason. We're going to be a laughing stock. And I'm talking about we as the fans. We're going to be a laughing stock on social media. Because fans love to see us struggle.
Damn, son.
And we're going to be, after we miss the postseason, then they're going to blame it on injuries and the players. And then we're going into the next season, we probably, because they're going to try to go under the luxury tax, they probably won't even add some significant players that are going to make a difference. So that's why what worries me, we don't know what the direction of this team is. So all we can do is just sit here and watch, right? Do what they want us to do. Buy your beers. Eat your hot dogs and your chicken nuggies. Shut up and just pay attention to the game. Even though you're losing. Michael K said it's boring right now. Watching this team is boring. But hey, they say we're the worst fan base in the game because we're spoiled. But guess what? We're there watching every damn game. We're complaining for a reason. A lot of those other fan bases don't complain. You know why? Because they don't care as much as we do. Because if you really cared about the team and you're watching them make a foolery of themselves and watching the organization make them operate the way that they have, and you don't get pissed by it, then you're not a real fan. Oh, no, I'm not spoiled. No, it's not about being spoiled. It's about, you know what needs to be done. And it's sad that it takes the brass a few years to do what we've been complaining about right now. So, let's see what's going to happen. I'm going to go drink me a beer. It's an off day. We got the Miami Marlins. 3-game series against them, and then a 3-game series against the Atlanta Braves. Sheesh. Let's see what happens, folks. Stay tuned. Follow me on Twitter, Don Sicario1. Go to @NYYNEWS on YouTube. Like, subscribe, leave your comments. Let us know what you think, folks. Remember, your opinions matter.
Live
Don't let
straight
none of
from
these
New York
jabronis
City.
tell you that it doesn't. Hit up.